is your dream job?
A biomedical engineer.
I'd want to be like a bartender.
A sailing instructor.
Probably to own my own business.
I'd want to write for TV.
I want to own restaurants in the future.
I want to work in production for like new music and like different artists and stuff.
Supreme Court justice.
Probably a lawyer.
A lawyer for national security.
I want to be a lawyer.
My dream job's probably a lawyer. I want to work for maybe international law, maybe something domestic, ACLU, something like that. I'm half Indian, and I spent a lot of my time in India. I spent maybe a quarter of my life there. And so I interned at this news organization there, and so I saw a lot of the attacks on free speech from the government. And so the organization I interned with, they'd have raids, they'd have people would come in and just kind of harass them about taxes, even though there was no problem. They'd audit them. And so they were trying to stifle dissent. And so I've seen the dangers that brings to a country, and I've wanted to kind of work to prevent this from happening in America.
My dream job is to be a sports photographer. I think not only working with sports teams, but also being able to like express myself into my professional career, and also getting to watch sports on the regular, and not having to watch them through a screen and be there and experience everything that has to be experienced with live sports.
I really would want to work in like an observatory, like a space observatory full time, or I'd want to do like space research at like a space brand something. I used to work in an observatory. I'm a transfer student, and I really loved my job because I was able to do like a bunch of outreach initiatives as well as like the more like STEM side of research. So I thought it was really fun to like be able to talk to people and engage with them about space, and then like still be able to like do like computer stuff too. I met Jim Garvin, and he's like the guy who does like the Mars like protocol and stuff. So I thought he was really cool, and he really inspired me because he said that we were like the future and that we should keep going.
My dream job, I would say, like the one that I want right now is investment banking, but I feel like I want to end up teaching at some point. I think it's more so about like giving back. I've always had mentors in my life, so like being able to give back and like teach is like pretty important to me.
I want to do environmental law in a corporate setting, so doing sustainable mitigation in like tech or oil, something like that. I think that a lot of people who go into law kind of see two big options. Like one is kind of doing like strictly corporate or private practice, and the other is like being like a public defender, doing like nonprofit work. And I think that there's like an opportunity for a medium in which you can kind of do work in law in like a private setting or in a corporate setting and still like make the world a better place. Something I learned like through studying like just like economics and the climate and the like intersection of that is that a lot of times like the detriment that happens to the environment comes from like major powerhouses that are large corporations. And so a lot of times like not one single person can control like reversing climate change or whatever it might be. So a lot of that power like remains with like corporate entities, and so like working kind of in that is like the only way to take it down is like from inside kind of.
My dream job is to become a professor on tenure track, doing research while teaching at a business school in management and organizations. I just really enjoy research and the process of doing it and the intellectual freedom it brings. So I just wanted to get my PhD and then become an academic.
My dream job is to be a teacher. I just really like connecting with students and making a difference in like the social emotional learning, and creating positive relationships with them, kind of filling resource gaps and equity gaps in the school system.